For just over the last year, I've rode these things hard, put them away wet, put them through their paces just to see how well they're going to hold up. So here we are, 1 year later. Let's take a look at the TOUGHBUILT folding sawhorses. Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we create community, find freedom, promote preparedness, and share success. Back with another gear review for you. Real quick, you want to know more about me? ToolmanTim.co. Run by there, check it out, subscribe to the socials, email, all of that. Okay, so it's been very popular, my 1 year later reviews. I like to go back and take a look at how well these tools have performed. Did they live up to my expectations? Well, I gotta say, this one most definitely did. Let's give you a quick overview. If you've never seen these TOUGHBUILT folding sawhorses before, they're incredible. So the ones I have are the model TB Tango Bravo 600. They're available on Amazon and all other retailers. They have a 4.7 star rating out of 700 reviews on Amazon. You can get a pair of these for just under $100, which is great. These are weight rated for 1,300 pounds a piece. TOUGHBUILT is honest in their advertising. They show the per piece weight rating, whereas a lot of other places end up saying, hey, this is our weight rating, but then in fine print it's per 2 sawhorses. So 2 of these together, 2,600 pounds. And it comes with a limited lifetime warranty against manufacturer's defects. I've dug into it. I don't know anybody who's had to use them per se. It looks like it's mainly your standard fare warranty where if something wears out, not through abuse, they're going to go good for it. So last year, if you guys followed my channel, I was on a mission to make everything smaller. I wanted to make more room in my shop, and that's one of the big reasons I picked these up. Plus, they're way more portable. So back June of 2021, I replaced my old-fashioned wooden handmade sawhorses with these beasts. Because those other things were a pain in the butt. The screws underneath would bite me every time I'd move them, and they were heavy, cumbersome, and always in the way. So first thing I did was I switched to these guys. One thing I love about these, of course, is they fold up to this size right here. So let's set that right there. They got the handle on top. It folds down flat. You'll see it in the footage here. I store 2 of them in between 2 2x4s. I couldn't get at where I store them to get you a good shot, so I just put them between these 2 16-inch on center 2x4s for my studs. So if you've got an open frame garage, always remember to use that in-between space for storage. So they have this groove right here. This has been immensely helpful for me. You can put a 2x4 in it, go both ways, on both sides, turn it into a really good work table. I find the key to efficiency is setting things up and having a good work area. If you get yourself a good work table, you can do a lot. So I put 2x4s, run them the full length, and then put a nice sheet of 3/4 inch ply on top, and you've got yourself a sturdy work table you can work off of all day long. I used these all previous summer 2021, to reside my house. Now, I kind of lied to you a little bit in the opening. I said I rode these hard and I put them away wet. Well, I did ride them hard. I didn't put them away wet. I left them out wet all summer. I got a little slack with these things, but honestly, I was always working with siding, and I would just leave it where I finished up when it got dark, and I'd go back the next day because I resided my whole house. I left these out all summer with almost no problems. These things work great. I had one early on that has given me a little bit of grief. So if you see these cam locks right here, you have to pull that down, and then the lag slides up or down. Out of 8, I've had one that is stuck. I don't know if it's from the rain. I don't know if I overbent it a little bit. I've since straightened it up. I've lubricated it with some fluid film, and it's about 80% better. That's the only real issue with the proper functioning of these that I've had in a full 14, 15 months now. So last summer, I used them a ton for siding, which they're great to lay things on. I would put a ladder out, set the siding on it, and then cut on that. But they weren't putting a lot of stress on these. So this summer, I ended up building 3 16 by 24 decks, plus a couple other smaller decks for my wife and here. And so I stacked the hell out of these things. I put 20 to 25 2x6 16s on here. I put over 45 6-inch deck boards stacked all the way up. So what I would do is I'd bring them all in, I'd leave them at shoulder height or at waist height so that you're not picking them up off the ground all the time, and then I could do multiple cuts all the way across and get a bunch of cuts done. Never once was I worried that the weight would hold up. I was sent a video from Tool Review Zone, and he did the Bora speed horses, and that's what I was looking at first, but they're about a third more money, but you can hit a button and everything drops down. Little cool factor, but when he pushed on them sideways, the legs started to collapse a little bit, which is deadly dangerous. I know they're not designed for side pushing, but if I had weight on it, anyway, I've tested these a bunch of times pushing from the side. These do not have or do not appear to have the same issue that the Bora Speed Horse had. So one issue I've had with these, if you can see right here, look how sharp those feet are. They're really great on gravel, they're really great on wood, they're really great on hard packed soil, but soft wet soil, just after it rained, they want to dig in, so they end up going like this. That's one of the little issues I had with it, and what it causes is the paint starts flaking off here. Haven't really got any rust, just in places where I've worked them really hard, the paint has come off. Up here on the cam lock, the paint's flaking off a little bit too, but I don't care about the paint. The metal's holding up really well. Now, on subsequent models, they've upgraded to have a flip-down rubber foot. So if you're looking for something, if you're going to be doing a lot of work on a lot of soft kind of soil or sandy area, you're going to want the one with the rubber foot. It's $10 or $20 more for the pair. But for me, these have been great. On the occasion that I've worked on soft kind of sod, I just put some plywood down and I'm good. The grip tape on top has held up pretty good. So that's after about a year. You'll see it's kind of ripped and torn a little bit. Nothing's broken, nothing's wore out. It's just well used. Everything's really good. Get that foot in there, see if you can see that foot. See the rust flaking off on the foot. And you can tell these have been outside. See how faded that sticker is now? A couple other small issues I've had with them, and this is what you're going to have with folding sawhorses. These edges right here, when you pull them down, they're fairly sharp. So if you have to really come onto them, they kind of dig into your fingers a bit. Underneath here, where you fold them up, that, if you're in a hurry, it works well, but it can be, this entire item is a finger pinch OSHA violation waiting to happen. They can pinch you here, they can pinch you here, they can pinch you here, and they can pinch as you push them together as well. So just be cognizant of that. Keep your fingers out of places you wouldn't put other things. One final kind of pet peeve, it's not that big of a deal, and you might just say, duh, Tim, of course it's that way. But when you're ready to fold everything up, the legs have to slide all the way up, and then they'll fold in. Just a couple extra motions you have to frig with in order to do it. Do I ever regret not buying the Bora Speed Horse? No, I don't think so. I think that is a great sawhorse, but it's a little more gimmicky. It's the type you just press a button, everything drops into place. It's great, but these are really, really sturdy. When they fold up, they're super compact, a little bit on the heavy side, but not at all. The handles have held up way better than I expected because they're reinforced plastic. You can see right there, yellow with 2 reinforced plastic tabs and rivets holding them in. So these have been my grab and go sawhorses for 2 full summers now. I love them. I don't see any reason, as long as I don't try to park a truck on them, that they won't last for a decade or maybe a little bit longer. Even with all the moving parts, I would occasionally maybe just spray anything that folds with a bit of fluid film. I like fluid film because it holds, it sticks, it does its job. But these are my go-to. One final old man tip that I discovered, if you're in a pinch and you don't have a pencil sharpener or a knife on you, this abrasive up here is sharp enough to put a quick edge on a pencil. Just take it like this and go. And there you go. It sharpened up a really dull pencil. Always love stupid little things like that, but they work. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the TOUGHBUILT C600 folding sawhorses 1 year later. Actually, 1 year, 2 full summers later, I still love them. I'm as excited to use them now as I was when I brought them home from Princess Auto the day my wife talked me into buying them. So there's that, guys. So if you want to hang around, hit that subscribe button, become part of the workshop community. We love to interact and share information with one another. We got a Telegram group where we ask questions, we share answers, we do everything in between. It's a great place to just hang out and chill. And we have the Workshop podcast 3 times a week, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, live stream here on the channel, and it's all its audio glory and all the podcast catchers. So guys, I thank you for dropping by. I love talking about tools. Thanks for coming and hanging out in my workshop. If you can see it, it's a mess right now. Just about have permanent heat in here. It's going to be great because I live in Canada. So as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.